RationalInvestor.com's Daily Brief. The answer to your question is learn the goddamn process. Create your trading plans. Don't take too much risk on any one trade. And just let yourself get rich.
All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another exciting episode of The Rational Investor. I feel like I'm a little big on the screen. I'm going to shrink myself once we get into the charts, but I figured, we would start by looking at a very nice picture of Mr. Gensler himself and all the wonderful things he's done for crypto. I'm going to pull up on the other side my chat. Hello, Kevin. Welcome. Just so you guys know, I encourage participation. Participation here is rewarded. Sometimes we give away special surprises. Maybe today we'll go give away a free 1-month silver membership. Or what I prefer to do is at the end of the stream, you guys, whoever's the winner, can pick like 2 or 3 coins they want me to look at. And I will exclusively look at those and we can talk about them for like 10 minutes or so. I think we'll do that again today. I'm not sure what I'm going to ask you guys about. I think we might go off of who's participating the best without spamming. Spamming doesn't count. You can't just say hi. That doesn't count. You got to have active, positive participation. And then you get the floor at the end to ask about anything you want, and we can talk about it. It doesn't even have to be crypto or stocks. It can be anything else. Anyway, as the title says, Litecoin ETF, Trump and Elon train in the AI world. What does that mean? What does that mean? Well, first, it means we're going to look at Litecoin. We're going to talk about what's going on with Litecoin. You're probably wondering, why is Litecoin rallying? Like, what is going on with Litecoin? Look at this. Litecoin is up. I mean, yeah, I know there's other coins up. XRP is up. We know about XRP. But Litecoin just recently is up massively. Look at, these were the lows the other day. He's up 40%. 40% from the lows. Let's say you even just bought it at 100. 33%. That's nuts. That's for a boomer coin. I mean, this is a breakout. And I've got a price target up to 200. We're going to go into that price target. I think we're going there. We're going to be going there very quickly unless we get a pullback here. And we're going to talk about the potential for a pullback as well. We're at a do or die moment in the markets where we could get a significant pullback and scare everyone and head all the way down to these levels, 5,600, something I talked about last week. Or we're going to rally to all-time highs. This is a significant inflection point today. And we're gonna go through all of that. But why I say Litecoin ETF and a Trump and Elon Musk train in an AI world is because I think that Trump and Elon, once Trump is inaugurated next week, I think as like a team together, they're gonna be sort of running the world. I mean, Elon has massive influence through Twitter. When Elon bought Twitter, that changed, I believe, the course of human history. Hopefully for the better. I'm hoping for the best. I'm not saying there could be things that go wrong. Nobody's perfect. I hope the power doesn't go to his head. Trump obviously saw the value of Twitter and cozied up to Elon, and now they're good friends. And so I think we are on the Trump and Elon train. Literally everyone's on it, and they're the conductors. And why I say in an AI world, because the future is AI, and it's the biggest buzzword, right? Everybody, AI. We're gonna look at some AI things today. I actually don't have the list of stocks. We'll do AI stocks next week, but I've got a list of like 30 AI names that I want to look at because I think there is a software side that has yet to fully realize the potential gains. Like hardware side, NVIDIA already went crazy. That story's over. Now we're looking at the software side of things. Where will the software take us? Okay, so let's talk about what's going on. Canary Funds Litecoin ETF were recently amended, potentially indicating SEC is engaging with the filing, meaning that they're going to potentially push an ETF. So, predictions, Litecoin most likely may shift the situation. So it could be a shift, but that's why Litecoin's rallying. There's rumors of an ETF. I don't see why they wouldn't come out with an ETF. It makes sense. If you look at, I think PayPal is a good gateway of an indication of which coins will get ETFs first. So right now PayPal has Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and just Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash. Those are the four. It doesn't have XRP. It only has those four. So I think those are the ones that maybe the banking industry feels most comfortable with, or they've had ETFs submitted for a while. So those are the ones I'm kind of watching, simply because of what I'm seeing happen with Bitcoin and Ethereum and now Litecoin. Those are all PayPal listed coins. And maybe that's like the easiest that are already endorsed by the banking industry. But I wanted to show you these other articles. So this on Crypto Daily, this is an example of a article with a title to get people to click on it, Litecoin ETF thing, that it's actually an article set up to pump a random coin. So you see they talk about Litecoin and XRP, and they use buzzwords of what's the most popular coins right now that people are paying attention to. And then they throw in some random project to bring awareness to that project to try to get people to buy it. So that's Lightchain AI. So be careful with these kind of articles when you search for something like Litecoin rally or XRP. Why is XRP moving up? You'll get articles like this where they'll talk about XRP or Litecoin, but then they'll push another coin in it. So I just wanted to point that out quickly, how there is this kind of, I mean, maybe Lightchain AI is a legitimate thing. I don't know. But I know for a fact the article was purposely set up to push this coin. So just keep that in mind and be careful when you see these kind of things. Litecoin a whale. So they say Litecoin sees 30 million whale buy-in spot on ETF anticipation. So there are major buys happening. I mean, obviously the price wouldn't be rallying without those, so we know that's happening. Yeah, prospect according to the latest development. So these are just all articles. I'm not going to go through them all, but I thought I'd point that out. Let's look at what's going on with news a little bit here. Nothing big other than CPI yesterday, and CPI was just an excuse for the market to rally. That's all that was. They could have brought it 0.1% lower, and I think it would have still rallied, but they wanted it that 1.1% higher, so then they can have the excuse like, okay, here's your extreme rally. And then after tomorrow, honestly, the next couple of days, there's no news. There's really nothing. I don't see anything for USD. Unemployment claims Thursday next week. So we've got a whole week where the market can kind of shift wherever it wants without any major news. Hello, Grega. Welcome. You guys are so quiet. Nobody's talking. I said you'd get rewards for engaging more, and you're not talking. I'm slightly depressed by that. Okay, so what do I want to go through first? We'll go through what's going on with the S&P, and then we'll go from there. We'll follow my standard kind of timeline process and talk about what's happening here. MACD did turn positive. Why is ETH lagging? We will talk about ETH later. It is like there's a lot of coins that are lagging, actually. This is not like previous cycles. There's some major coins that are not following the trend, while there's other major coins that are just shooting off, taking off. I think this cycle is extremely difficult to trade. You can't just like little old lady and buy whatever, because 80% of them are doing nothing. They're trading very differently. So that makes it difficult, and we'll go through a couple, and I'll show examples of that kind of thing. But first, let's focus on the S&P, because crypto is not going to rally without the S&P either. The S&P is like Bitcoin's big brother. Like, it has to at least stay here or go up for Bitcoin to also go up. It can't be crashing and then Bitcoin's going to go up. It just doesn't happen. Yeah, maybe it's supposed to give you the impression that Ethereum is over, which of course aligns with CPI day. Yeah, it ran a key level. I agree. This was a key level right here. This is a major support zone. You even see my little fire buy symbol. So if we look at a daily, right, on RSI, pretty much broken through. This is a bullish reversal signal for me on RSI. However, if we look here, we have not broken above this channel, right? So there's kind of this downtrending channel, which is starting to look a little bit like a bull flag. Not a perfect bull flag, but you could say, but it's not It's not perfect. I would have liked this point to be a little bit lower. And then it would look like a bit better bull flag. But we've got on the 8 hour, we've got 7, 8, and 9. On the 4 hour, we've got 7, 8, and 9. And we have resistance, trend line resistance here. So this is a potential turning point. However, as you can see on the 4 hour, our RSI looks quite bullish. No pullback yet. However, again, trend line 7, 8, and 9. So that's why I call this the inflection point, where if we break higher, we're going to move higher, break higher hard. And if we don't, we're going to break down. Probably retrace this entire move. It's a real possibility. Nothing's going to happen until Monday. Just keep that in mind, that I think we're going to stagnate here until Monday or Friday after like 2 p.m. when options expire. So if we go to options, let's go look at Max Payne really quick, right? You guys know I'm a big proponent of Max Payne, SPY. Hopefully everyone can hear me, okay? I moved the mic very close to my face on purpose. Imagineering. Hello, Nathaniel from Disneyland. That's nice. Are you waiting in line for some rides? What ride are you waiting on? Hello, Nor. Hello, Gianluca. Good to see you guys. All right, SPY expiration tomorrow. You have this massive wall of calls. Look at this. 600. That corresponds to 6,000 on SPX 500. Ooh, Space Mountain. Amazing ride. One of my favorites. Miss it. I just went to Disney Sea in Japan a couple weeks ago. Oh, hello, Min. Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a bit. Maybe, were you here last week? I can't remember if you were here last week. Anyway, okay. So, wall. Hello, Laura. Wall at 600, which is 6,000 on SPX. I don't see us going over this. This wouldn't make any sense. So we're gonna stay under this until 2 p.m. tomorrow. 90% chance. 10% we go over it. There could be some rare scenario, but it doesn't make any sense for market makers to go over this and have to pay out these calls. Plus, they were probably bought before, and somebody made huge profits on the rally the last 2 days. And then we have puts at 590. So there's your put wall on the other side. It isn't that high. It's like half this. So you could get rejected down there, but I don't see it. So that's kind of, if we go down to like a 1 hour, right? You're going to be stuck in this zone right here, basically until the end of the Friday session or until Monday. And what's the interesting thing is, if you notice, you get these sharp moves right here and then right here, where it's the majority of the move. It's 80%. And then in between, this is either distribution or accumulation. So the question is this an accumulation range or is this a distribution range? If it's an accumulation, we go up. If it's a distribution, we go down. And honestly, you can look up like Wyckoff distribution and Wyckoff accumulation. I want to see more data. I'm going to have to wait until Friday for this. But you can look up Wyckoff distribution, Wyckoff accumulation, and you can compare the standard Wyckoff charts to what's happening here, even on lower time frames, to try to figure out which direction the market's going to head in. But for now, it's a coin toss, and that's why I'm in longs. I bought a lot of longs down here. You guys know I was talking about I was buying back crypto miners, especially. We talked about that last week. The crypto miners have done extremely well. We're going to talk about those again today. And now that we're up here, I've sold a little bit of my crypto miners and I've put hedges on. So I've got 3x ETF shorts that I've bought to hedge my risk. So if we pump higher, that's fine. Most of my stocks go up. I make profit, not as much as I could, but at least if we head down, my gains are protected. So that's why I'm kind of in playing that. You could also protect yourself by buying some puts, for example. If you're mostly long, you just buy some puts as a hedge. That's another way to do it. That's all I really have on the S&P. I'm trying to think if I have anything else. I wish I had. I always hate when I can't tell you guys, like, give you a directional bias. But right now, that's what I'm seeing. If I look at MACD and RSI, I lean bullish. All of this RSI over here, you can see, is very, very, very bullish. But this is still in kind of a downtrend here. But if we push higher on Monday, then I mean, you guys know what's probably going to happen. We're obviously going to head higher. And then I think the next question is what is the target if we head higher? And I don't have a great answer on that. We did have our 4.669 here, and the next level is 8.77 up here, which is 6,600. So somewhere in that area. But I'd kind of like to see this W out. Like, it would be nice if this pulled back. This would be a much cleaner, more bullish move for me, is if this pulled back and did something like that, and then we can figure out our target based on our range created here. That I would prefer to see something like that. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. You could even look at this like almost like a 5-wave Elliott series, where this was kind of, sometimes I'm not a fan of drawing Elliott wave because you really have to be accurate. But you could say something like this, like this is wave 1, this was wave 2, and this was wave 3, and now we're in like wave 4. And wave 4 is usually like a tricky wave where it's hard to predict the direction, and that's on purpose to try to confuse and take away the profits that people made on wave 3, which is usually the biggest wave, which, as you can see, was here. And then wave 5 is here. And wave 5 oftentimes is the same length as wave 1. Not always, but a lot of the time. And that would put us at the 6,600 or so area. So that's kind of what I'm looking at on this like 5-wave series. You could even put this on like a monthly chart and do like a longer series and say like, okay, this was wave 1, this was wave 2 here, and then wave 3 is like here, and then we might be starting wave 4 soon after we complete this 5th wave, and then we just oscillate here until we really get higher. You could say that too. So just keep in mind that using Elliott wave, you can you either look like a magician and you nailed it, or you get it completely wrong. So I'm just showing this as a demonstration, but understand that there's potential that this is not correct at all. But it looks appealing to me. I would just like to see another pullback one more time to create that nice W that we talked about. All right, let me go back. Let's get rid of some of this that I did. So ultimately, I think this resolves bullishly, but I'd like to see a little bit more of a pullback, assuming there's no like major wars or anything breaks out. Okay, what are you guys saying in the chat? Hello, I have to leave. I'll see the record. Okay, bye. Doge 4.420. Can you look at ARBK? Yes, Richard, maybe I will. If you participate a lot in the chat, maybe you can even ask me to review 3 coins. Good participation overall. I like the Kevin participation above. Gianluca had to leave. He was participating. Yeah, so far so good. By the way, our school terms are starting right now. So level 1 is underway. I wonder if anybody here is in level 1. If you are, good luck. You have a new professor this semester. Full newbie, but someone who has been around TRI and is a serious veteran. Congratulations to the new professor and all the new students who get to work with him. Exodus wallet, new stock. Okay, interesting. Okay. All right, so that's the S&P. Oh, look at Bitcoin rallying all of a sudden. Check that out. Let's look at NASDAQ really fast. NQ. I want to look at NQ. And then we're going to... Yeah, so NQ still hasn't broken out either. NQ looks very similar to SPX. I mentioned the crypto miners. So things like Riot, right, I talked about. We're going to take a look at this really quick. So Riot, I was buying back here and back here. I talked about this multiple times. I exited back here around the 14 area. And I think $10 and $11 was a really good entry. I think it's basing before it's going to make a move higher. And you've got a very simple like ABCD like that with a target up here at around $25. So even from where it is right now, you could potentially get a double. And I think something like Riot is fantastic for someone who wants to kind of play Bitcoin, but doesn't want to directly play it and wants an easy ETF. You can even look at something like this on a weekly chart. And you could say that is kind of like your ABCD, and then that has a target of 41. So a pretty extreme target, but that makes sense if you look at the entire range here, and you take the high and you go to the low, and obviously we've got to reverse it here like that. And yeah, and then you even just go back to that 38.2 retracement right here at these highs is 32. So I think anywhere in here is a safe zone to look for between 25 and 30 for profit. So this is something I own a good amount of now, from down in the $10 to $12 area, 10 to $12, yeah. Hit the like button. That's one, and then another one is Mara Holdings. You can see that how that's bouncing, and it's been consolidating in this area for quite some time. You can see this nice consolidation, and we just want to break out higher. If that's kind of your consolidation range, and again, this is like a conservative look, we can expand it a little bit. Your target would be up here at 71, and we're sitting down here at 18. That is a great risk reward. You can see your stops at the lows, target right here, 25, almost a 25 to 1 risk reward, and a 300% return. That would be epic. Like, absolutely incredible move. Perfect consolidation and nice potential continuation pattern. I'm gonna buy more of Mara. If we can get a bit of a pullback in crypto, which I'm thinking we might not get, but if the S&P can pull back, then hopefully Mara pulls back and you can get a better entry from where it was. That's something I'm looking at. You can see even just back in November, it was at $30 and it cut in half, 50%. So amazing potential buying opportunity there. Let's see, Riot Mara. I mean, Coin is not a mining company, but I mean, you guys all know about Coin, right? So Coin, huge recovery. I bought a bunch down here on the pullback. I think we go higher. It's not as appealing as the crypto miners, but I still think it looks decent. So that's one I'm watching. I know you guys are more interested in crypto than stocks, but I wanted to mention this one again. I talked about this before a couple times, but I want to bring your attention to Walgreens. So you can see I actually drew this in August, and I have no idea how. No, maybe I drew it a little bit later. I think I had this already, but I have no idea how, but this has followed my prediction to like a T, where it's breaking out. You can see when I first talked about it, I remember it was like $8. So this is where I bought it, $8.50. And now we're already at, sorry, my camera is like a little bit in the way. We're already at almost 13. Huge move. Huge. Amazing. The question is, do we keep going higher or do we get like a pullback? I would love a pullback. I want a pullback to get in on this. Maybe we can pull back and fill this gap around $10. I would love to get in this stock. I think it's in a good buying point, and I think it could rally all the way up to the resistance here. This is a big resistance zone, right, at $21. Even if you bought it here, you get almost 50-60% return. But I would love to see a bit of a pullback. So that's what I'm kind of waiting for, and I'm watching Walgreens Boots Alliance. I think it looks good. And the hilarious thing is, I showed this to a couple people that are really into stocks, and none of them were interested because apparently the financials look bad, and all the analysts for the major stock exchanges like said don't buy it, which shows how a lot of that stuff is bullshit. And sometimes you just have to look at the technicals. As long as the company is not potentially going bankrupt in the near future, which Walgreens and Boots they're not going bankrupt and going to close all their stores. Their financials are not that bad, and they've had positive earnings. The last 2 earnings announcements, these are positive. It's not like their revenue is negative. They're making money. They have revenue. I don't know what their gross profit is, but at least they have a positive, earnings are positive. So, and it is looking like it's filling a gap right now. It could, but there is this 8 coming in. We are hitting the 625-day VWAP level. It could reject from here, and then we can get our buy down here at the 90-day VWAP. So something I'm watching, and I wanted to point it out to you guys. Okay, let me see. Do I have any other stocks off the top of my head I want to show you quickly before we move on? Ooh, 38 people viewing. Nice. Nice. If you can't speak in the chat, you just have to subscribe and then you'll be able to speak. I turned it on like subscribers only to keep like spammers down. I don't want people that aren't subscribed like spamming the chat. I want to focus on core TRI members, but also public. I wish there was a way to like where your names were color coded in the YouTube chat based on if you're a member of TRI or not, and then I would give you preference with your questions. Okay. Any other stock I want to talk about? I think that's it. Richard, you did ask about a couple. Oh, you posted crypto miners, SDIG, Canon, ARBK. Yeah, sure, you can come back later. I usually go to crypto later. But you can make plenty of money in the stock market, sometimes more than crypto. I think it's good to always open your eyes to opportunities on both sides. All right. Yeah, so this one is another crypto miner. Looks good. It looks the same. Like if this can recover, you get a nice 50% return all the way up here. I think all these crypto miners are going to look good. Yeah, this is your nice W. If you can break above the highs here, you go up to 740 from current levels. 5 raises up a little bit. 6-to-1 risk reward and 84% return. Not as good as Mara, but still good. Oh yeah, Clean Spark. That's a good one to look at. We will look at that quickly. This one's a bit weird looking. Is this correct? Canon. You see that 9 came in and it rejected. So this one I don't like as much. Definitely hasn't reversed completely. I'm a little bit cautious about this one. I want to see a reversal of this 4-hour. I don't know if this is the right stock, but I'm going to set an alert. If it crosses my RSI line, then I'll consider longs. No, thank you for that one. ARBK. Argo blockchain. Yeah, that's got to be a crypto thing. Nice bottoming range down here. Not as much strength as things like Riot and Mara. I'm a little bit concerned about that. You do have, oh wow, look at that. 7 and 8 on a weekly chart. Yeah. Nice kind of reversal happening here. I like the basing that's happening. If this kind of is your W, huge potential to the upside. $1.35. Buy here, stop at the lows. Lines up with 365 VWAP. 121% return is pretty good. I like this one. This one's not bad. Yeah, Argo blockchain. Not bad. I'm gonna set some alerts on this one too. Let's go to a lower time frame. See if it either breaks the highs or comes back to fill this gap right down here. I'm gonna set an alert at like 0.59. Now, this is where I'm gonna watch it, but I would want to see more. Okay, how's Clean Spark? Do you think crypto miners will reach their previous all-time highs? Yeah, I mean, if Bitcoin rallies higher, I don't see why the crypto miners wouldn't move higher. Like they're a play on Bitcoin. If you're bullish on Bitcoin, then it's a way to play Bitcoin from the stock market side and potentially play it in almost a leveraged fashion, as they do seem to move both ways faster than Bitcoin does. So $100 in Bitcoin, maybe you get a 30 to 50% return from here, but $100 in the correct miner, maybe you get 100 to 200% return. Okay, so Clean Spark, I want to look at CLSK. Yeah, this is one I also have a bit of. Nice W here, very nice W. Yeah, look at the daily. I really like how this looks. Obviously, if we reject from here, we're going to have to fill in some more. But if we don't and we take off, it's like even if you bought it here and this is your stop target, So nice 75% return, risk reward 4-1. I would love to have it pull back a bit, and then you get in down here, and then your return is closer to 90% with an 8-1 risk reward. I definitely prefer that risk reward scenario over, buying right now. So that's one where I would maybe wait for the pullback a bit. And you can see how MACD is potentially putting in a divergence here. And we could get a bit of a pullback and fill in this. See the gap right here? Maybe we fill in this gap right down here. I'm going to set another alert for this. There we go. That's kind of how I keep track of these. I like to set alerts. And then when it hits my zone, I'm like, okay, I can pay attention to it now. And then I reevaluate the chart and decide if I'm going to buy or not. I think it's a good idea over. Some people like to just set limit orders, and that can work. But for me, I like to get an alert, check the chart, and then make a decision. Okay. Oh, wow. You guys posted a lot. Brian's hollow or load pharmaceutical. Okay, let's take a vote. You guys want to keep going through stocks, or you want to move into the crypto side? I'm gonna touch base on gold and silver really fast, and then I'm thinking we go into crypto. Or do you guys want me to keep talking about stocks? Because I see there's a couple people wanting to look at stocks. Okay, 2 for crypto. I'm gonna give you guys like 30 seconds. I'm gonna get a water. You guys post what you want. So far 3 for crypto. It looks like mostly crypto. I gotta get a water in my throat. Okay, back. Both. All right, well, we know who the greedy one in this chat is. MJ, greedy. Okay, everyone wants crypto. Rocky is chill. Gills wants stocks. You're just doing that to be the black sheep. You just want to be different. Oh, hello, Tim. I've never seen you before. Welcome. I'm sitting in a plane watching this. Wow, the plane must have very good Wi-Fi. Is it using Starlink? Is that a Starlink plane? Exodus wallet. Exodus. We'll do Exodus wallet. We'll check it at the end. I don't know anything about that, but we'll look at it at the end maybe. Where did you talk about that before? Exodus wallet, new stock. Okay, you know what? I'm very interested in that. So let's look at the Exodus wallet stock, which is which one, Rocky? Which one was the Exodus wallet stock? Which one is that? We'll look at that quickly. It's kind of crypto. And then I'm going to talk about gold and silver. I think it's important to look at those. And then we'll go into crypto, full on crypto. Okay. Exodus movement, XOD. Okay. Wow, basically no history here. So it just launched. Oh, I hate stocks like this. It's when things just launch. I think it's scary. But we can assume that this is kind of your W, and you can put a price target up here. Set your, it's very simple. Just like that. I feel like a broken record sometimes. I wish I could do something more exciting than this, but this is basically all I do. Like, okay, how does it look? What's my chaos target? And what's my risk reward? Oh, it's higher than 5. Then I feel good taking the trade. And then what's my target? Is it more than 100% profit? Oh, amazing. Then I get excited. And then I'm like, okay, how much of my portfolio I want to put into it? And then I usually decide between 1 and 5%. That's kind of it. But I like this. This looks great. Normally I hate new stocks. I really hate new stocks, but this looks good. Look at that on a 1 hour chart. You could even do kind of like that. And you could target up here, 1.618, $50. I like it a lot. Thank you for bringing this one up. I'm guessing you own it. Yeah, it seems like it would be a good proxy. Are you pumping your bags with this? Do you own this, Rocky? Come on, full disclosure. Do you own it? Do you own XOD? No, you don't own it. I don't believe you. You loaded up down here. You bought all here. And you want me to talk about this. So all 30 people will pump your bags. I don't know if we have enough funds to pump this. I hate to disappoint you. Okay, well that's Exodus, everybody. I like it. I think it could be a nice play. It could work out. Just understand that this is something new, and I truly believe there's always additional risk with new stocks, more so new crypto. Luckily, this is on the stock market, so you're probably not going to get rug pulled by a 12-year-old, but there is the chance that it could go lower than what the base is made. But I like it so far. I do like the way this looks. Once this stream ends, I think I'm going to buy some. Look at that breakout. That's a nice area. I hope it doesn't rally while I'm talking. If it goes up to like 40 in the next 30 minutes, I'm going to be unhappy. Okay, so that's Exodus. Let's look at silver and gold really fast. I think it's a big thing. Yeah, Manya, this is like chaos theory type stuff. You can look up chaos theory on Google, and the math involved there. So gold completed a measured move, and then for the last couple of weeks it's been consolidating in this area. It's a bullish consolidation accumulation pattern. And it looks like it's trying to break out to the upside. You can see this MACD was negative, but it's consolidating bullishly on a daily chart, especially. And you've got this breakout. This was the retest, and now you're, damn, what the hell? Wait, sorry guys. That just needs. Okay, bullish consolidation here, and we're breaking out to the upside. Where this was your range, and upside movement is around 3,200 target. Could even do like a 3-day. Yeah, I think that's a solid target. So don't be surprised if gold rallies. I know it's not seemingly that much if you buy spot. Like it's only about 18%, but if you use leverage, it can be a lot. Thank you, Kevin. It has kind of taken off. I don't like buying up here. I don't know how much of a pullback you're going to get, but if you get one, I would definitely buy. This is a buy to me. Silver, I think, looks a little bit better unless it rallied in the last day. I think last I checked, it looked good. Oh, geez, it did rally since Wednesday. It was a good buy on Wednesday when it was below 30. Now we're back above 30, which is annoying. But I still really like it. Yeah, see this breakout on RSI? This is the perfect retest. I should have bought here. I didn't. Too busy staring at crypto insanity. Haven't broken out to the upside. Same kind of look as the stock market. Let me get rid of all of this stuff. And this is my like long-term. Go to a weekly chart, and this is my like, we consolidated massively for most of 2023 down here, and we're following this upward trajectory and hitting these fibs. Like this is 1.618. Here's 2.618 rejection. Retrace often happens, and then we're going to move higher and hit this 43 target. Obviously it's not going to go straight up, but we should see something like this: rejection, push up, rejection, push up, rejection, push up, and something like this. Normally you play in this area, and then we'll hit that final target and then reject. So something like that. Solid move with gold. So you're gonna, or sorry, silver, you're definitely gonna get a much higher percentage here with this move, where you're almost at 40%. I think silver is gonna help you a lot more than gold. So definitely recommend some silver. I know I'm still trying to get approved for precious metal trading on my account. I don't know why it's taking forever. Maybe they don't want me to buy it. They'll probably approve it after it rallies or something. I don't know. I like silver here, and I think it's overdue for a rally considering the inflation we've had. Like a crypto and liar time frames. Bless you. Allow it to depend on the market will react to Trump's inauguration. Yeah, I mean, I think the market, it's going to be interesting with Trump. And I talked about this last week, and I said that, wait, let me pull up the Bitcoin chart so people at least think we're talking about crypto. So that was silver, in my opinion. I'm bullish silver. I'm going to try to get long. So Bitcoin, crypto, the thing everybody here loves. Look, crypto, stock market. I said this last week. I'm going to say it again. The market is going to be very freaking volatile this month next month, maybe the month after that, Trump is going to, and already has been since the day he won the election, has been just stirring the pot. He's just stirring everything. You can just look at the news. Look at everything that's happening. How many things have changed? Mark Zuckerberg came out and said he's against DEI now and all for free speech, and they're going to implement community notes. What? And suddenly he's totally changed. I mean, maybe it's the fact he went on testosterone therapy. That could be it. You know, testosterone levels do change guys quite a lot. So that could be it. But I have a feeling as soon as Trump won, he knew that he had to kind of go and kiss the ring and follow Trump and Elon's policies. That's why he realized he's on the Trump and Elon train. And if he wants a comfy life on said train, then he better get in line, which means getting rid of the policies pushed by the Biden administration and following what the Trump train wants. Have you guys ever seen Snowpiercer? Snowpiercer's a series and also a movie. It's about a train that goes around the world, and there's like different classes of cars and stuff in the train. Well, that's kind of, just imagine everyone in the world on that train, and it's Elon is like the engineer, and Trump's the guy that kind of runs the politics of the train. And then the people in first class are people like Mark Zuckerberg. Okay. And until recently, Trump was not in charge. And now Biden was, sort of. And now Trump's in charge. And so the entire class of the train is being ruffled about, and everybody's panicking and trying to make sure that they get the best position possible in the new administration. That's what's happening. And that's going to cause extreme volatility in the market. I think mostly it will be positive to the upside. Trump wants to see things higher. I read a quote that somebody said that Trump mentioned he wants to see Bitcoin at 150,000. So if Trump wants Bitcoin at 150,000, he's going to get Bitcoin at 150,000, regardless of what it takes. He's gonna make it happen, because then he can brag and say he's doing amazing. And there's nothing more powerful than Trump's ego. He wants to be remembered as someone who did a great job, not someone who made tons of money for himself, because he's basically at the end of his life and he already has a good amount of money, I think. I think he wants his legacy to be that he did a good job. And that can be a problem in some ways, but in this case, maybe it's a good thing. Check the platform. Yeah, I watched the first movie, The Platform, and that concept was interesting, but I tried to watch the second one and I thought it was weird and got bored. So second one, not so good. First one was good. That's my review of it. Okay. Bitcoin, what's going to happen? Does this chart, see what we're looking at here? Does this chart look like anything like any other charts we looked at tonight? Remember, I'm looking for participation. So far, Kevin and Rocky are winning. Does this chart look like any other chart we've been looking at tonight? Yeah, Rocky, you're just... Bye, Richard. Rocky, you're just killing it. Yeah, nobody can compete with you. Yeah, it looks like the S&P, right? Bitcoin is mirroring the S&P. That's what it's doing. So we're at an inflection point here. It's exactly the same. We either roll over here and head lower and maybe take out other new lows, or we break out higher. That's it. It's so annoying that I can't give you guys something more than that. But that's the situation we're in right now. It's either going to roll over and flush a lot of people again, or we head higher. Question is, what is max pain? And I don't know. I really don't. But even on RSI, like, it's no breakout yet. It's nothing. They're not making this easy. I don't have a direction. I wish I did. I would pay close attention, understand that things are going to be very volatile. But once we break out from this, we'll probably move up to this area here. First, we'll obviously stop in this area, play here, reject a bit, and then eventually end up at 142. Not 100% guaranteed, but like 90%. That's the final target for Bitcoin. You know, because I think a lot of people will expect 150K. and that's why we won't make it there. People exit at early at 140, and then it'll roll over while everyone's waiting for 150. That's something I could see happening very easily. That's what I'm looking at for Bitcoin. I talked about Litecoin earlier, right? And I posted Litecoin's looking extremely bullish. This definitely higher. I'm more confident in Litecoin than I am in Bitcoin. Like, even if this pulls back from here with a 7, 8, and 9, and it tags the highs, right? So these ties are around like 130. You get a pullback, and then it should move higher all the way up to this 200 target. So that's what I'm looking at on Litecoin. I really like it. Any chance you can check it? Mona. Yeah, we'll look at Mona at the end. So since you're participating the most, you get priority, and you can pick 3 things you want me to look at. That's Litecoin. Solana running into a resistance line here, same as Bitcoin. I do have an uptrending channel labeled for Solana right here, which I believe is running on a regular, yeah, like that. So Solana has potential to go all the way up to like $300. Just keep that in mind. It's consolidating here. Looks good on the consolidation chart, and this would be your W breakout level. And it believe it or not, 4.669 targets, Chaos targets 350, which I think is nuts. Let me actually get rid of that. But 2.618 is at like 278, and then up here. I think this is actually extreme. But that's potential for Solana. So if we break out, no reason why that can't come to pass. But the question is, do we break out from here? Do we? Or was this a massive short squeeze and we've got to pull back? That's what I'm waiting for. I don't know. I would say be cautious. Be cautious. Another one, Rune. Rune got destroyed. Sjord talked about it. They had some massive FUD in the community. Still in a downtrend on the daily chart. We did have an 8 coming in that came in, so big reversal. But I think it's just following the rest of crypto. It was a nice flush. I do like trying to hunt longs here on any pullback. I did buy a bit more. I am disappointed with the performance, but this could be a massive flush before a bigger move, and it's a calculated kind of move to take out these lows. And you can see, like, if we go to like a 2-week chart, right? So if this is your first move, and we're just being conservative here, and then this is your second move, so then the measured move is $20. And that means if you buy right here, you're looking at a 420% return on Rune with no margin. That would be nice. Just right up to the old highs right there. That would be great. And if you listen to what Sjord's talked about, apparently the usage of the loans has continually gone up, and the platform is doing well. So, yeah, something interesting that we're looking at TRI. I am, again, disappointed, but maybe this is when when people are extremely afraid and fear is at a maximum level. What does that mean? What should you do? Usually that's when you want to buy. This is 50% haircut from here. It's not a bad buy zone. And if we look at a retrace, right, so something like that, and we'll go to like a daily, and this was the uptrending channel we broke down from, which I talked about when it happened, and I said Rune is looking very bearish up here at around $5, and yeah, it rolled over. But this is the reload zone right here, 78.6, 88.6. This is reload zone, and this is your stop at 250. This is where you want to buy. We're in the buy zone. So if you can get Rune below 350, I think that's a home run. And could be an easy, 4 or 5x. It's looking like a 5x right now. Just one, maybe consider. And if we get a nice pullback, maybe you get a better entry at $3 below 280. All great areas to enter. So that's Rune. What else did I want to talk about as far as crypto? There's optimism. I've talked about it before. Nothing really to say here other than, we've got our targets all the way up here at $4 or so, and potentially higher. If we bring this down and say that this is like your W/range, just like that. You know, there's your, that's kind of your range. You could even, you know, just like that. And target could be like $4 and eventually $6. I don't expect something too crazy from optimism. Okay, let's look at coins that you guys wanted to talk about. Rocky's biggest one. So Rocky, we're gonna look at your 3 coins to start. Xano. Yeah, we could talk about Xano. Oh, and SPX 6900, right? I've been talking about that. We did our first buy at 55, sold at $1.30, and then I rebought back at around 90 cents. No. I don't like this chart. Wait a second. There's a little bit more data. So this one does not look amazing. I'm a little bit disappointed that this is actually a breakdown short for me. I bought back right here, but on a 4-hour it looks decent. But I think the rest of the market's gonna have to rally. Don't expect, like, be careful following people like Murad. He's gonna say it's bullish no matter what, and he's gonna keep saying it. But I think for 6,900, I don't see it going above $2. So I'm targeting around $1.90, and then I'm gonna take profits on most of my position. Maybe I'll leave like 25%. But I don't expect anything too insane from this. I don't see it. Unless the S&P actually gets to 6,900, maybe then it becomes famous or something. But as of right now, this is actually bearish on a daily chart. This is bearish. You could have an extended consolidation period. I recommend some caution, but I could see $2. I'm just saying be careful following people like Murad, where they're gonna bull post until it's a bear market, and then at some point they're just gonna stop posting. He's not gonna tell you like it's not a bull anymore, or he's not gonna say don't stop believing. Like, he's just gonna always say believe until you lose all your money. I've seen it happen many times, so be careful with that kind of guy. Can you see alts continuing to rise after inauguration? Well, if the stock market goes up, then Bitcoin will go up, and then alts will go up. So yeah, I can, assuming the market goes up. Omar, I looked at Litecoin already. I thought we talked about Litecoin. I already talked about Litecoin. Maybe scroll back. Okay, Rocky, what did you want to talk about? Which one? Crypto. I got some. Exodus. We looked at Exodus. Is TGT related to Rune? I'm not really sure what TGT is. Oh, you picked a Mona TGT ARB. Okay, so let's do Mona. Is this a crypto? Mona coin. It's only on like it's only on CoinEx, and it's not really on that many things, huh? Mona coin. Okay. Yeah, interesting on a weekly chart. I hate coins like this though. Something that came out in 2021 and just kind of went down and is sitting here consolidating. Maybe you can type why you like this, because I would need some kind of fundamental reason to get interested in this, because otherwise I'm not. This just looks scammy to me. TGT Thor wallet. Yeah, there must be some kind of connection. I don't know. Certainly looks interesting with the pullback and the 9 on a weekly chart, and now the bounce. I mean, this one could be good. I just don't like. I don't like when you have a range of 100% in a day. It just doesn't seem. It doesn't seem healthy to me. I mean, if you're a degen, okay, enjoy that, but I'm not really comfortable with coins that move 40% to 50% in a day. Something weird is going on here. So if you want to gamble, you can trade this, but I think it's extremely dangerous. Not recommended. Arbitrum. Is that this? Arbitrum? Or did you mean Mona Arcane meme coin? Oh, Arcane meme coin. Yeah, I don't like it. Uptrend, nice uptrend on ARB. Really, this is a simple one. It's like this, right? Boop, 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 boop. That's basically your move, assuming we don't break the lows. From here, you got a nice 120% return. I think we looked at some better coins than this, but it's not bad. Not bad. Potential W coming in. You can get 100%. Assuming again the rest of crypto in the market moves up. If not, you're gonna roll over and you might head to new lows down here around like 60 cents. So just again keep that in mind. You've got to follow what's going on with the bigger stocks. Okay. Mirka. Hello, Mirka. Mirka asked about Xano. Let's look at Xano. I talked about Xano a long time ago when Xano was, I think, $3. And now it's at 14. It is at an 8 on a weekly chart. I don't like that. That's concerning. Breaking down on a daily, bearish. I mean, this is kind of your range, right? So there's your high, there's your low, and there's your levels. Where would I want to buy back Xano? This here, honestly here. And 365-day VWAP. Take out this whole range, and this is where I buy. $5, $3.70 to $5. I don't think I'd want to buy up here, especially with the 8 coming in. I mean, if you really want to get long Xano, you can buy at the 50-day moving average. It only broke down from that one time on this move up. But just understand, if it does break down, you're going down hard, and the Momo indicators don't look good. So, consider looking for buys anywhere below this at 61.8 or lower, or the 200-day moving average at around 680. That area is where I would consider buys. Let everything reset. I think it moved too far too fast, and it kind of needs a pullback. So that is my thoughts on Xano. Hopefully people made money on that, because it's up a huge amount since I talked about it, right? So we talked about it back here at $293 back in August. And since then it's up almost 500%. Woohoo, 500% return. Not bad. Not bad. Cryptonaut asked about Peng. What are these like random coins you guys are talking about? Pengu. Is that what is this? New launched thing. Pudgy penguins? Oh, not pudgy penguins. Pengu. Looks the same. Peng. Oh, okay. Peng on Solana. Oh, okay. This is a little bit better. Dumped pretty hard though. Hopefully you didn't buy up here. That would be painful. I mean, so far it's in a downtrend still. I don't see a... To be safe, I want to see a breakout on the other side with the RSI. I just don't see it. You do have a 9 that came in. Look, the 4-hour looks decent. If you want, and you're really bullish on this, and you have some fundamental thing, you could set a stop below these lows, or you could even set a really tight stop. And then, just from eyeballing this, what I would do is, just look at this little range here and simply just look at the fibs. And you take profit up here. First 61.8, and then you do a 78.6 and an 88.6. Those are your profit zones. First one is 130% return, and then you've got 180 and then 200%. I think that's the max you'll kind of get before this will retrace. But I don't like this because I don't like something that went down this fast and it doesn't have any structure on like a daily chart. There's basically nothing here. I want to see more structure, more bullishness. Weekly RSI is shit. Daily RSI is shit. You're buying into basically a downtrend for the moment. Yeah, it could be turning, but there's a chance it's not. So just keep that in mind. I bought $15. Now it's $12. It's a meme that a lot of mainstream people have. Yeah, so if a lot of mainstream people have it, then if it rallies, who is there to sell to? Who's going to buy? I think it's better when a coin is not mainstream, but there is a path, especially for meme coins. Meme coins are all about audience recognition, and you want to find something that nobody knows about, but you know that there's a path to like a viral path for the coin. That's what you want to see. You want to see a viral path. And if a lot of people already own this, then there's nobody to pump it. That's the issue. That's something to keep in mind. Doge. Okay, Omar mentioned Doge. We can look at Doge really quick. Oh, Doge looking good. Look at that. Wow. Oh. Nice, like, measured moves here. Yeah, look at that. It basically went ABCD, no problem. This is kind of your range at the lows. You could say it already hit the target, honestly. Seeing just a little bit, like, this could honestly have been your two targets, and the next one could be at 0.67. You might get a double. I don't see. This could turn around. I think it looks decent on a daily chart. I just don't see this. Yeah, it'll break out higher, but I don't see it doing anything extreme, if you know what I mean. Like, you get a double. It works if you're on leverage. You can do more. You can make more. But you're not going to get more than a double. Don't expect like $1.50 or something crazy. So just keep that in mind, okay? I want to look at XRP really quick. A lot of people are talking about XRP. I'm a little bit concerned. I'm seeing a lot of stuff on crypto about XRP and retail people pumping it. We hit my 4.669. We hit my 8.77. We rejected off those levels. The next level would be 16.88 and then 32.99. So 16.88 is 470. That could be the next like selling zone. You could sell between 450 and 470, and the next is like 880. This is a massive move that XRP did. If that's A, and then there's B, right? That's the measured move to 11. So that's insane if that does happen. I have a hard time believing that it's possible, but that's the potential move. Weekly is super bullish still. Daily, even daily, this is like a bullish breakout. 4 hour, super bullish. Everything is bullish about this. Everything's bullish except the YouTubers that keep talking about it. I'm just touching on it briefly. I don't want to be put in that camp. Could have a reversal here on the 1 hour. It looks like it's getting a little bit overbought. But the momentum is really, this is really strong to the upside. Bit of divergence coming in on MACD here. Weekly also, but huge momentum to the upside. Scary, almost scary. Like blow off top movement. So I don't really have a game plan to the downside to like get into this, but if you're holding it, upside potential is $8 to $11. You know, so solid. Let's say you bought here and you get up to the like $9 or $10. You can do 200%, but if you do like 5x leverage, right, that's 1,000%. Not bad, not bad. I would like to see some kind of pullback. I think it's again dangerous to buy down here, but the tell was that when everything else was dumping hard, XRP basically didn't pull back at all, and you could have entered right here, right, and you'd be up like 42% right now. Insane. 6 cents, waiting for $1, hoping for 420. Wow! Congratulations, Omar, on being the richest person in the chat room right now. Flip either market cap. Yeah, I mean, there's potential. I don't really understand the narrative, though. Is it becoming popular just because banks are saying they're going to use it? Like, why? As someone who's been holding since 6 cents, Why is XRP suddenly so popular other than because the SEC got rid of their case against XRP? That's something I don't get. Why? Just like, what is so amazing about this? I get stuff rejecting, Bitcoin rejecting. Everything's kind of rejecting. Let's look at S&P while I'm waiting for Omar to answer that. That was a question to you, Omar. Hopefully you're around. Oh, okay. You wish you... Okay. False alarm. He didn't have XRP. Yeah, you can see S&P also rejecting from our trend line. So as long as this rejection is going on, you're not going to push through, obviously, and Bitcoin's not either. S&P has to... They're all trading together and mirroring each other. Just keep that in mind. And I know I've said it like 100 times. Hopefully you guys remember now. The only thing not trading in line is XRP because of some weird external influence that's going on. I don't know what that is, but something's happening with this. I wish... I'm going to have to do some more research, but if anybody knows, post in the chat. I think that's it for me tonight. I think we might call it here. Unless somebody has an explanation. Yeah, that's why it's pumping, because banks might be using it. Yeah, I could see that causing a massive pump. It's crazy. This kind of like, if you bought it down here at 50 cents and it goes to like $10, still 2,000% return. Just nuts. Absolutely just nuts. You know, and even still from here, 400% if you'd bought it at $2, and now even just here, you're still at like 260%. I'd love to see a pullback and maybe buy a little bit, but it's hard to justify pulling it here. I hate buying into a rally level, but potentially it could just rally up to like $4.60 before you even get any kind of breather and chance to get long. If you look at the range here, right? So that's kind of your range high, range low. Yeah, you can see it's around the same area. 4.69 is at 440, and we're right at... See how we kind of paused a bit here, and now we're at the 2.618 and we're pausing. Like, this will be your best chance. Hopefully get a rejection, and then you can get in at like 280, and then it'll continue up potentially. That's I could see something like that playing out just based on chaos levels. So that's what I'm looking at for XRP. I'm going to set an alert if we even get below $3. And I'm also going to set an alert to see if we go above 370. Are you in Japan? I am not in Japan anymore. I'm back in Bangkok. But I was in Japan, in Hokkaido, Niseko area, snowboarding for about 2.5, 3 weeks. I have some Airbnbs with some friends up there. It's too expensive to get hotels. I think it's crazy. People pay like $700 to $1,000 to like $5,000 more a night. It's insane. It's where the very, very wealthy, like billionaire Chinese people like to go. Well, yeah, Omar, that's still good. 50 cents to $2. Nice. Okay, I'm gonna wrap it here, guys. Thank you everybody for watching. Appreciate it. We had over almost 50 people at one point, so that's good. Yeah, see you next week. Same time, same place. I will also be on the TRI Discord. If you're not a TRI member, consider joining. Level 1 school, all the levels of the school just started. Still kind of open for registration. If you have anybody that you think would be interested, just let them know and they can sign up. Price is pretty low this term, only $9.97 for level 1. It's a special price. We just wanted to get as many students in as possible, considering the insanity that's going to happen with the market this year. So if you know anybody that's might still want to get in, you know, just send them the link and we can get them in, even though school already started. Other than that, that's all I've got. I hope you guys have a great week and rest of the week and a weekend. Good weekend. And I will see you, next week. Same time, same place, or in Discord. All right. Bye, everybody.